Well. How's it going, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight? If you can hear me in the chat, leave me a thumbs up. That way I know and I'm not second guessing myself here. All right. I've got a separate window pulled up with the chat over here. Just to do it, for some reason, I like doing it that way instead of reading the chat through StreamYard because it's a little less hectic for me for some reason. And I can turn on live chat and see what you guys are saying in the moment. Hey, everybody. All right. Seeing lots of thumbs up, lots of rock on, lots of everything here. I see a lot of people in the chat. Guys, make sure you hit the like button on this video and share it out wherever you can. It helps us out a bunch here on this channel. This channel is still kind of small, so any interaction that we can get over here is good interaction, and especially for future projects and future content and stuff. Going down the road, lost my train of thought. So yeah, I've got a special guest that's going to be joining me here tonight. I'll bring them on here in just a minute, and then we're going to get into this serious topic of discussion. But yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? Y'all doing good? What's up, Jan, Victoria? I see moms in the chat. Erica, Joyce, Arelis is in the chat. Jennifer, Life After Combat, Cree, David, Emma, Tina. I'm doing great, Arelis. I'm doing great. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. Is my guest ready to go? All right. You guys ready to see who I've got waiting in the wings? It is
not
Connor.
Beardo. Some people are like Beardo, Seg.
No, Beardo and Seg aren't here, guys. It's just
sorry.
It's I'm not cool enough for Beardo or Seg anymore. It's just little old me over here, and then we've got Connor.
Sorry to disappoint you all. I know. I can pretend I'm a debunker if you guys want.
Oh wait, Side-Eye Guy is literally in here.
Side-Eye Guy. You should join us.
Seg, if you want to come on, let me know and I'll bring you on. Unless you're checking out of your hotel again this time like you were last time.
It's only Connor. You're right, John. It's only Connor.
It's only Connor. It's only Dave.
Yes. We love Connor.
Oh. So. What's up, Leanne? Yo. Sorry guys, you're just gonna have to deal with me. I'm a little spacey today. I haven't really eaten anything today, and I didn't sleep much last night, so this is what you get. What does that mean? Oh, all right. So, topic of discussion today, we're going to talk about a couple of different things here. We are going to drag all of the debunkers in the debunking community. So get ready for that. If you're a debunker, you better be shaking in your boots for this video here.
Yeah, Seg. You better be shaking.
Not stirred. Just shaken. Guys, I can't keep up with the chat, so if somebody sees Seg say that he wants to come on, just keep typing it in the comments, that way I can see it. But yeah, I'll be eating after this live stream. I'm only going to go for like an hour and 20-ish minutes or something like that, and then I'm going to get off of here and eat dinner. But yeah, so let's talk about debunking for a little bit, and then we're going to talk to Connor about some cool stuff that he's been working on. And first of all, I want to talk a little bit really quick I know you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing me talk about the free subscriber meetup that's going to happen in May. But I just yeah, that's right. This guy is going to be here, and this guy is going to be here.
Oh, I didn't know I was invited. I thought that was only for the Cool Kids Club.
Connor, you're the leader of the Cool Kids Club.
Okay. No, but for real, May 17th. Did I yell it?
Your audio glitched and it went really loud. May 17th. That's right. Cag and Allison are also going to be there.
About time.
And Dawson's going to be there. Hopefully. Oh, Seg said he can join later if we want. Yeah, if we're still on Seg and the time works out, then we will make that happen. But yeah, Connor's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Cag and Allison are going to be there. Dawson is going to be there.
You all better be there.
Yeah, you all better be there. Ryan's going to be there. And Jason is going to be there. So if you guys have ever wanted, and Molly. So if you guys have ever wanted to meet all of us, we're all going to be there. This might be the only time we're ever all together, unless we do this again in 2026. My mom might be going as well. So it's going to be a fun time. It's May 17th, starting at 7 p.m. And what was I going to say along with that?
It's free.
Yeah, literally, that's what I was going to say. It's free for everybody.
First come, first serve for ghost hunting tickets.
Yes. Yeah. Take it away, Connor. You know more about this event than I do, apparently.
I don't know anything about it. First come, first serve. So basically what that means is if you're there and you're the third person there, you're guaranteed to go ghost hunting with all of us that night. If you're the 100th person there, you're not guaranteed to be there with us that night for ghost hunting just because it's a limited space. We got to keep in mind here that usually when we all ghost hunt, obviously it's just Ryan and David or just myself. We don't have a lot of people. So we want to try to make the experience great for everybody. So when we say first serve, first come, first serve, that basically just means we have limited tickets.
Yeah. So basically, the location. What?
Sorry, somebody said I'm sunning their backpack, and I said, "Yeah, that's right." Sorry, sorry, squirrel moment.
No, that's okay. So, oh my God, I can't keep my train of thought. The event. There's no tickets. You just show up and enjoy the evening event from like 7 until like 10. And then 10 to 1, I think it was, is the ghost hunt. Or maybe it's 11 to 1, something like that. But I seriously doubt that there will be any more than like 40 or 50 people there. So I'm assuming that everybody that shows up will get to go on the ghost hunt. Don't quote me on that. But I'm expecting probably like 50-ish people to show up that night. You are more than welcome to bring whatever ghost hunting gear that you want. And don't even
and bring ghost chatter.
Yeah, bring your phones with ghost chatter. Yes. But also don't be bringing like alcohol or drugs or anything like that to the event, because we are going to be checking bags and stuff at the door. That is a security issue, not an issue, a security measure for us and for you guys at the event. So if you have something embarrassing in your bag, don't bring it to the event because we won't be looking at it.
Yes. Misty, Aurelis, and Erica just sent you a super chat, sir. Just so you know.
Oh, they did?
Yep. They just sent you super chats.
Oh, snap. Tony and I will be there. Very cool. I haven't seen you guys in a long time, I think since the Anchorage event. So I will be excited to see y'all there. And thank you so much for the super chat, Misty. That's very nice of you. Aurelis says, I want pictures and autographs from all of you. Autographs will be $50 an autograph.
I thought it was $75. I charge 75.
Right. Connor charges a
Yes.
little bit more.
Yes. No, for real, they're free though. I'm just joking with you. I don't charge anything signing, none of that stuff. That's dumb to charge for that.
Yeah, that's very dumb. If you charge for autographs, then you're doing things for the wrong reason, y'all. And then we've got Erica that says, literally the only thing I'm looking forward to next month.
Same.
Very cool. I'm glad that you have something to look forward to, Erica. It's going to be a fun time, a fun event, and prepared to have a lot of fun. And if I'm missing your guys' questions, I'm sorry. Just keep doing it. Cag and Allison will be holding on to any alcohol that is confiscated, and you will not get it back because they'll probably have it gone before the event is over. So,
Dawson.
Is Dawson in the chat?
Yeah, Seg is still here. Seg, if you still want to jump on and you want to debate this whole debunker stuff, invite's still there if you didn't miss it. If you missed that.
He said he would probably jump on later if he has time.
I missed that. Never mind. I'll shut up.
I don't see Dawson. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
The boys. That's right. I'm hanging out with Cag and Allison since they will have the confiscated booze. Yeah, so
we'll bring the dead bells just so you can take shots for that too. Every time it dings.
Yeah, every time the dead bell goes off, Seg has to take a shot.
There you go.
Or wait, Seg won't be there. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh my god.
In spirit, he will.
In spirit, yeah. Sorry guys, like I said, I'm really out of it today. So Seg said, send me a link and I'll join in 5 as long as Connor is cool with that.
Of course, Seg. Geesh.
Seg, I don't know how to get you the link. I don't think I have your email. Hold on. Let me try something really quick. Sorry, guys. You know this wouldn't be a PQ live stream unless it was a total and utter catastrophe. Oh, wait. I do have your email, Seg. Look at that, guys. I got Seg's email.
Ooh. Sign him up for all kinds of stuff.
Did I put that on the screen?
You did not put that on the screen, no, sir.
Oh.
So, guys, how is everybody doing this week? Right now, it is snowing outside, which is just fantastic. Yeah, it's literally snowing right now. I was going to go travel to go film tonight, and everybody in my house is sick. So I am staying home taking care of everybody, and I'm glad I didn't go anywhere because it's freaking snowing. And I'm like literally looking outside my back porch right now. I'm just like, can I just move to Arizona or something, somewhere warm? I get so tired of this snow. I know. It's freaking March, or it's April. I said March. It's April. Jeez.
It's time for you guys to move down here.
It still snows there.
Oh, wow. My mom said it was snowing yesterday. Huh. Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Debunkers.
It's time. Let's get into this. Let's have a battle and take out these. That really hurt. Take out these debunkers. I'm tired of the debunkers.
Yeah.
I think that the debunkers are tired of the ghost hunters. So let's talk about it. If you guys have any questions that you want us to address about debunkers, leave them in the comments and we'll try to get to them.
They have to be appropriate and YouTube safe, PG.
Yes, very
By
true.
the way, if you guys see me drink this is not a beer. This is liquid. This is liquid death. I'm sorry. Don't think it's a beer. I'm not drinking. It's literally cherry water. It's cherry obituary.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I am drinking beer from Dunkin'. I'm just kidding. They don't have beer. Question. Who's your favorite debunker? That's not a fair question, you guys.
Guys, we can't. Seg is here. We can't say it's not Seg.
To be honest, I don't really have a favorite debunker. I do watch a couple of different debunkers. I watch not all the time though. We don't really have time to watch debunkers, but all the time, or anybody else's videos for that fact. I'm rambling, but I watch Side Eye Guy and I watch Beardo, and even though he's dragged us before, I do watch from time to time. I watch The Shape, and
He's dragged you. What do you mean?
yeah, The Shape has dragged us before.
What if I'm on that hit list? I didn't do anything.
I don't know. But he did a video about us, and he wasn't mean. He just made some jokes and whatnot, but actually invited him to come along on an investigation with us many years ago, and he never accepted. So, yeah, Leanne remembers that. Who is The Shape? He was one of the early debunkers, I think. Yeah.
He still debunks right now. I've seen some of his videos pop up every once in a while.
Kenny Biddle. Yeah, everybody talks about Kenny, and no shade to Kenny Biddle, but I've never seen any of his videos. I don't really know what he does or anything like that. Yeah. Sorry, I just don't really know who he is. Yeah, The Shape is another dude who wears a mask. So yeah, debunkers. Let's talk about debunkers, like I said 10 minutes ago, but we'll finally talk about debunkers. Here is my view on debunkers, and then I'll let Connor talk about his view on debunkers if he wants to. But if we didn't have debunkers in this field, many channels, many of your favorite channels would be getting away with a lot of bullcrap, which they still do. There are a lot of main channels out there that put out a lot of bullcrap, and for the longest time, those channels got away with it. And a lot of those channels don't like debunkers for that reason, because they are getting called out for the stuff that they've tried to sneakily get away with in their videos for a long time. And we've heard through the grapevine that we shouldn't associate with debunkers because it's a bad look. And I've always said that my view with debunkers is, if you can't get along with debunkers or be friends with debunkers, then you have something to hide. And if you have something to hide, then you're not being honest. And if you're not being honest, then why would somebody trust the content that you're putting out into the world, which should be there to try and help people to begin with? So, yeah, that's really my take on it. Is I value what the debunkers say. There was a lot of stuff in the beginning that Beardo had to say about us, and we took a lot of that to task, and we changed some stuff in our videos, and it was for the better. Now, Connor, what?
What?
Nothing. I saw Seg jump into the waiting room, and it really alarmed me.
Guys, he's already sweating about debunkers.
I'm so scared. I'll bring. Oh God, he is creeping me out.
I can't even see him, so I don't even know what Dave's seeing right now.
It's like Michael Jackson came back to life. So I will let Connor talk for a little bit about his view on debunkers, and then I will bring Seg on, and we will go through and read some of your guys' comments here. So, Connor, what's your take on it?
I think debunkers are a good thing. Reason why is it kind of like drains the swamp, so to speak. There are some people that don't see the fake channels on YouTube. And if you have a YouTube channel you watch where they get stuff, the entire video is not realistic, it's not they're spending 3 days there. They're spending a few hours at the place. You got to watch out for common things that people might talk about that is known to be used to be faking things. REM pods. If you have a REM pod that's going off like crazy, like the whole time, there's maybe a walkie-talkie or some kind of logical explanation for that type of thing. The dead bill doesn't work anymore. Obviously, it's been debunked right off the bat. I didn't know it when I first got it. And people use it at the highest frequency. It'll just keep dinging. They'll use narrative for that. Some other stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I think it's a good thing because it kind of makes people more aware. It creates noise for change. I think is what that is. Because if isn't anybody speaking up about anything, nothing's going to get changed. That's with anything in life, paranormal, YouTube based, anything outside of YouTube. You have to create noise for change to happen. And I think there are several people who aren't aware of popular channels that maybe some of you guys do watch as well as us that are faking. I'm not going to say who because we both know who they are. You just have to watch out for people who jump to conclusions to say that everything is paranormal. They hear a noise in the place, it's paranormal. They just do that on purpose to literally create a narrative and have something to put in a video. Like it's just literally what it is because YouTube gives them money. They have people coming back every week, those things like that. I'm not going to go on a rant. It's just my view on debunkers is a positive thing. I've got nothing to hide. Ryan David's got nothing to hide. We don't care. But if we have people who say like we shouldn't affiliate with debunkers, they're fake, 100% fake because they hide behind something. They hide behind people that will call them out pretty much. So like he said, if you got people like that, those people are already clearly faking, whether it's obvious in videos or they're doing something behind the scenes that makes it so their videos are fake.
Yep, I completely agree with that. As Arelis said, our good friends, Adelaide Haunted Horizons, Cag and Allison are in the chat here. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you go and subscribe to them. Go and also subscribe to Connor. You could go look up Paranormal Encounters on YouTube and find them. And then you can also find this guy on YouTube. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready behind the scenes there. I don't want to. Okay. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. It's Seg.
Seg Jackson. Is he even there? Is he even doing anything? God, he's just waving. You're just creeping me out. You're like Freddy or something right now. Can you turn his video off, Dave?
This is terrifying.
This is nightmare fuel right now. Does it say yellow? Wait, I know who this is.
YOLO. Is this Kanye?
No. Where's the fur coat at?
This is Kanye. Oh, that's why I'm going to call it Kanye guy. Isn't it a dumb little character I made up that the amazing Elaine Baker, who makes all my masks, made for me? It's Twin Eye Guy.
Twin Eye Guy.
So this is my depiction on your average Twin Paranormal fan.
So instead of Seg, it's Teg.
It's Teg.
Oh my god.
Yes,
so he pops up in my videos every now and then. I want to give you guys a little. I don't normally put this mask on. I thought I'd give you guys a little surprise.
Oh, it's definitely a surprise. All right. You turn the video on. I
like to think of it more like a Robert Smith.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up. Oh God. Yeah, I could see that.
Robert Smith?
Yeah.
You don't know The Cure?
Oh no, we know. I know The Cure. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Dave, get on the. Because Dave doesn't know The Cure. Get on The Cure.
No, isn't it a band, right? It's a band, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah. Just listen to Disintegration. Maybe don't listen to it if you're in a bad mood. But it's one of the best albums ever made.
Okay. Now, our buddy Jason, he loves The Cure, so he would probably be loving this right now. So, all right, Seg. So you have heard our input on what we think about y'all debunkers and whatnot. I mean, how do you feel about paranormal investigators and the way that most of the paranormal investigators on YouTube seem to have an issue with being called out by debunkers, or maybe not even being called out by, but just being covered by them? And I've noticed there's some negative feedback with it sometimes. Just what's your input on it?
Um, yeah, thank you for having me on. I didn't want to. I'm glad. I'm happy to be on. I just didn't want to because Connor was your guest, so I didn't want to take any share a spotlight with him. But I'm happy to hear that you both were happy to have me on.
Sure.
Yeah, so thanks for that. First off, I can understand why anyone doesn't like a debunker, because at the end of the day, we're there to say one of three things, either you're wrong about, or one or two things, I should say. You're wrong about something or you're lying. For the most part, obviously there's things that we can agree with and all the rest of it. But a lot of the time we thanks, Gag. A lot of the time we're going to say something about a channel that they don't necessarily want to hear, and obviously that's going to just breed conflict. And we shouldn't be necessary, really. That's really the thing that it comes down to. If everyone did their job like Paranormal Encounters or Paranormal Quest did, and other channels as well, then there's no real need for us. We can open up a dialogue or a debate saying, put our opinions in and say, oh, it might have been this or it might have been that, or did you check this or did you check that, things like that. But for the most part, it's just a more open dialogue about certain things. Not necessarily debunking, just someone with a skeptical eye might interpret something differently. But I think why debunkers have taken, I don't know, what's the right word for this? There seems to be a growth within the debunking community anyway. And I think a big part of that is because there's a lot of bullshit on it. Am I okay to swear on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit. Yeah, I just did. There's a lot of bullshit on YouTube. And unfortunately, we're a necessary evil, I suppose.
Yeah, I agree with that. Connor, what do you think?
I'm 100% on it. Yeah, I don't have anything against debunkers or disagree. I think there's a need for them because there's too many people I've noticed after COVID, so to speak. Let's just say 2020, who came out who are supposedly paranormal investigators who just jumped on the bandwagon, who have no experience, who just blatantly fake stuff or call everything demon. So,
yeah. The thing that I like about the debunkers is that I like when y'all call out these channels, like Connor said, that are demon hunters, because I think that they're ruining it for everybody else who take it seriously. And a lot of them are doing it for entertainment purposes only, but neglect to tell people that they're doing it for entertainment purposes. And I think it's kind of like people who watch Ghost Adventures and then go out and do an investigation, and they're like, well, this isn't anything like what I see on Ghost Adventures. It just puts out a false narrative and a false interpretation of what it really is, which is a lot of sitting in the dark like an idiot, asking questions to the dark like an idiot, and maybe 1 out of 500 questions you'll get some sort of a response.
right.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's definitely a misrepresentation. I couldn't tell you. I'm sure you guys maybe hear this as well, but I get this all the time, how people, when they find my channel because they found they were really into Mindseed, or they were really into Sam and Colby or Twin Paranormal, and they said they got all scared and nervous about it, and then they go out to what they believe is a haunted location. Some people have told me they spent a lot of money to do this, and nothing. nothing. And they were like, how can it be nothing? Like every video these guys do, some crazy activity happens, like week in, week out, multiple channels, whether it be skinwalkers, demons, witches, poltergeists, ghosts, you know, cryptids, whatever it might be. Like there's always something that happens, and then they do believe it. It's very easy because I've been doing this long enough now to kind of go, how can people believe this? But they really do. And I don't want to disrespect or belittle anyone who does believe this stuff, because they're the ones being lied to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it becomes a problem. It becomes, because that's when you kind of get into the realms of scamming people, and that's where you're playing on people's emotions. And a lot of people, so many people have said to me, like, you know, they had like a loved one that passed away, and they watched like someone like Twin Paranormal or Mindseed, and they're like, you know, it gave me hope, and it gave me feeling that they're still out there in some sort of realm, in some sort of form, in some kind of entity. And then they find out it's all nonsense, and it kind of like, you know, shakes them a little bit. It's almost like they're reopening an old wound with the grieving process. So there's some, like, and I don't even know if these channels necessarily realize they're doing that. I think they don't even think that deep into it. Some of them, I don't know, but like, I think a lot of them are just like, hey, this is a good way to make a buck. And if we just don't put the word entertainment in our channel, we're like Twin Paranormal, we're making a fortune.
Oh yeah.
Like, they're killing it. So why would they change? Why would they change anything with their setup? If anything, they're just going to go more extreme, because it's a formula that works.
Yeah. The only problem though is like when you are like those type of channels, you ruin it for authentic channels, because then people go to our channels and they see that there isn't craziness happening all the time, you know, and then it looks boring, or they don't want to subscribe. So our channels grow slow while their channels grow fast. And a lot of their channels are growing fast because they also have younger generations who have no idea what the hell they're watching. They think that's how it works. And that's why they are future ghost hunters, or whatever you want to call them. And then they do the same thing. And then the whole generations just keeps getting worse, so to speak. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's the future pretty much.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, Connor, is that a lot of these channels that do post stuff like that and get away with it, it hurts our channels, because I would say like 15 to 25% of the comments on our channels are like, or at least on our channel, is this is boring, nothing happened, you didn't get anything. Like, why would
you want me to tell you my latest comment?
Yeah.
Somebody said you need to see a psychiatrist. That was literally the latest comment I've gotten on my video that had like over 1 million views. It says you need to see a psychiatrist. I was like, okay.
Wow.
I get that too, but I just get that from my friends. I just get that as daily text messages.
Yeah.
It definitely, and I think this is some of the things that we're sort of. I really don't want to like go on about the Ouija Brothers drama right now, but like it does kind of link into what's going on with the Ouija Brothers right now, because they're getting accused of a lot of things, and I do wonder, would they get accused of some of those things with this whole pram thing if it wasn't for I think Connor said the right word, the swamp of just bullshit and fakery out there. Yeah, a lot of people ignoring the other controversies with the Ouija Brothers, just on that pram thing anyway, is like, hey, they might have made some mistakes down the road, but it doesn't necessarily equal to faking. And I think a lot of people just don't want to give a lot of you guys the benefit of the doubt. Because I've openly said this in my videos before. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if you don't catch anything, you're boring. If you catch something, people are going to start accusing you of fakery. And a lot of that, people blame debunkers for that kind of narrative, but a lot of it really does come down to fake paranormal.
Let's put it this way. You did a video on their channel, I put in the wrong direction, of the door opening at Old College Hill. Okay. If a channel is faking, they're not going to make a big deal about a door opening, right? If someone who's authentic makes a big deal about the whole video about a door opening, they're authentic. I would imagine they're authentic, because to me, you don't get a door opening all the time. You know what I mean? If the door really did open and wasn't anything with wind, obviously we're going to focus on that whole door opening because it's rare to ever have something weird like that you can't find a logical explanation for. But if a fake channel has a chair slide across the floor, which I've seen plenty of them do that, I would be crapping my pants, and that'd be the whole video. I don't even care if I was in that place for 2 minutes and a chair slides across. I'd be finding a way of what the hell just happened there, right? But if a fake channel does it and they just brush it off like nothing happened, there's something odd about that.
Yeah.
It's just some stuff like that you've got to look out for. You know what I mean? It's obvious.
No, most YouTubers are terrible actors. And it's like the giveaway's just in the voice. It's the demeanor, the body language is a big part of it, but just the voice alone. But you're right. Like sometimes, like I understand the argument. They could turn around and go, "Oh, if a chair slides on the floor, we're supposed to stick around because that's our job," sort of thing. But then you get some people who. So funny as you mentioned about demons. I've almost finished it. A channel called the Demon Files. I'm not sure if you've heard of that this channel before. Yeah, they got like quite a few subscribers. They got like close to 500,000, I think.
Wow.
What?
And Tim something. He's quite well known. Tim Wood, I want to say the guy's name is. They go to somewhere in Virginia City, and it all hell kicks loose in this thing. Like they got 2 psychic mediums with them. They can see this demon doing all this crazy stuff and all these crazy wild claims. And like the main guy in it, he's like, "Oh, I'm feeling really sick. I'm going to vomit," and all the rest of it. He doesn't actually vomit, but he keeps saying he's going to vomit. And I'm like, leave. Like, seriously, how important is a YouTube video to you? If any of that is true, which obviously isn't, if any of that is true, leave. And that's the thing that kind of like gets to me. Is like, if something violent happens to you or something like dangerous happens to you, that's the bit that I find unbelievable, where it's like, why you just leave. Like, you haven't got a gun to your head. You don't have to say that. And equally, sorry, I realize I'm on a tirade here, but equally, I'll say, like, when people do crazy stuff, like, and again, the Demon Files do this, and I've seen other channels do this, when they like cut their finger and they put it on a Ouija board, and then they want to like, talk to the spirits that way. I'm like, you don't really believe this stuff, guys. I'm sorry, you don't. Like, because if you really, really, really believe this stuff, you wouldn't do it. You're doing it for the camera. Like, and there are people out there who really believe that stuff. And like, if you really do, like, and you'll think that's, a evil entity or whatever could like attach itself to me or, follow me around. Like, why would you do it? Like, they're doing it because they don't believe it. I think most channels don't even believe in the Kool-Aid they're selling.
I would agree with that. My question is you mentioned like YouTubers being actors. My question to that is why is anybody in the field that we're in, why are you acting to begin with? You know what I mean? Like, why are you trying to put on a show? Like, because and I don't want to speak for Connor, but we film and investigate in a similar way. Like, you go in and you set up your cameras and you film what you're experiencing, and you take that and you just mush it into a video and put it up, and you show people exactly what you're experiencing. And if you get something fantastic, that's the icing on the cake. But if you don't get anything at all, that's exactly how it is 98% of the time. And if you can't take that and put it into an episode and put it online for people to see, why are you even doing it to begin with?
If you don't get any kind of paranormal activity, you're a filmmaker. Make the video interesting by the history, the shots, the cinematic storytelling. It's all storytelling. It doesn't need to be, you could literally watch paint dry on a wall, but if you have the storytelling on it, be great. You can make the video great. That's just how it works. You don't have to have a boring video you think because you got nothing happening. Just tell a good story. That's what it is.
It's definitely harder. It's definitely harder for you guys when you got 100%. It is because you can't rely on cheap, lazy theatrics that a lot of the bigger channels do. So yeah, you're right. You do have to rely on good editing skills, which a lot of these real big channels, I don't even think they edit their own video. I'm pretty sure they just have an editor to do a lot of that for them. I don't know that for sure. I want to make that clear. That's just me hazarding a guess there. But like they just go there, they act scared, they scream a lot, they use a lot of equipment that we know is nonsense, and they leave. And they do that week in, week out. Whereas you guys, you've got to. There's a lot more effort that goes. I can see it when I'm watching the videos. Like, I can see that more effort goes into you guys.
Well, thank you. That's a nice compliment, and I don't want to take credit for that because Ryan is the one who busts his butt every single week for the last 5 years, putting out an episode every single week, and we've had to rely on Connor to help us edit sometimes. He's an amazing editor. And I can understand why these other channels are doing that. But if they would just step back and realize that they don't need to do that, just be your authentic self and upload that, like, people would respect that more, I feel like. Or maybe not, because, like, we've been doing this for 15 years and we just now are about to hit 230,000 subs, which it's not about that for us, but it just shows you that, like Connor said earlier, if you're loud and annoying and screaming and demon this, demon that, then your channel is going to grow like that. But if you're authentic and stay true to yourself, for some reason it just doesn't take off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like, you two have like a very, I think, very important channels because you're showing that it can be done, and you've got to be patient, and you probably got to eat a lot of shit before you get there, but it can be done.
Yeah,
like you can grow a channel without the theatrics.
Yeah, I personally love cameras and storytelling, so that's what I look more into. I really can care less if I get stuff. I used to care years ago, like, oh man, I drove 4 hours. Like, I used to drive 10 hours one way and film that same night and drive 10 hours next day home. It was ridiculous. And I used to go there, and sometimes I'm going to get anything, I'm like, God, this sucks. I got nothing going on. I used to have so much anxiety about that all the time. But I think that was because I thought people cared only about that. But in all reality, people really don't care. They care more about the person where they're watching this, investigating more so because they like that person. And they like watching the video because they know it's real. If their channel they're watching is real, they think it's real. So to them, that's entertaining. And personally, myself, I would do the same way. That's why I watch Ryan and David, watch you, watch Beardo. It's because I like the people I'm watching or whatever, So.
Yeah, 100%. I'm funny. Like, I actually put Ryan David in my last vote, actually. Yeah.
Sorry, I know you didn't get any votes on that. I'm sorry.
Sadly, no. But I put you up against some stiff competition. Going back to like this, like sort of like the debate about debunkers and all the rest of it, I can actually understand as well. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that we're, as a community anyway, that we're perfect. We definitely have made mistakes and things like that. And I think one of the, I'm not naming any names when I say this either, but I do think there are some debunkers, whether they're on big channels or small channels, that are very quick to shout out the word fake or staged or anything like that without. Whether it should be very, very, very clearly stated as an opinion, because I think that can be damaging when you say something's 100%. And I've literally heard some debunkers say that before, something's 100%, and then many other people will come out and say, "Wait a minute, we don't think that's 100%." Not, and even on the debunking community side of things, will say, "We don't think that's 100%." And then it's like, well, is it 100% or is it just your opinion? And I think. I've heard other people sort of say things like, "Oh, you shouldn't make a video if it's just your opinion." I'm like, well, that's nonsense, because the likelihood of getting but it's got to be made very, very clear what is an opinion, what is fact, or it's not impossible to get fact, but it's very difficult because we're not there. So we usually Dave and Ryan are very kind to send over raw footage, but that's very rare. That doesn't happen very often. So we usually just have to work on the edited final product of the video that's made it to YouTube. So we're getting a very one-sided look on a lot of things. So to say anything's 100% is hard, because anything we're seeing something that's been very tampered with. But I do think that's still very, very important, is to kind of very clearly. That's something that I think a lot of debunkers could learn from, is to try and like make sure you state something is opinion.
That's a good point. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, I've seen a couple of debunkers, and again, I'm not going to name any names, who have stated a couple of things in their videos about devices and just wholeheartedly make a statement about a device that was completely untrue. And I thought that was kind of bold for them to do. Of course, you know, what can you really say about it? But I would agree with just stating things as like an opinion versus fact is a good idea.
Like we make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Like, you know, investigators can make mistakes, debunkers can make mistakes, and all the rest of it. I think obviously putting your hand up and saying I fucked up on something is like a very, you know, it's just a very adult way of handling it.
I agree.
And Cag, I really agree with what Cag says here. She gets fed up with people commenting that the equipment, that people that use equipment are stupid. I find that to be very insulting, because nothing in this field that we're doing is for certain. And
So pseudoscience.
Right, yeah, and all of these all of these pieces of equipment, you know, whether it be the tripwire, the tracer wire, the REM pod, the ghost box, the piccolo, whatever, the Mel meter, any of them, they're all pieces of equipment that could lead to further research in the field. And you know, we state that all of the time in the episodes, like, just because we're using this, we're not saying that if it goes off that it's paranormal. However, you can use that to your advantage to try and further figure out if you are communicating with someone. So to call people stupid for using equipment in their videos, I think is a bit I think that crosses the line just a little bit, because it's part of the research of something that nobody has the actual answer to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did we get some questions in here for Seg, by the way? I saw somewhere in here. I saw.
Oh yeah, can I just quickly say, like, on the equipment thing, I probably have made that kind of like jokes before in my videos. I will state whether I've made this clear or not in my videos. I don't know. I think I have said that I don't agree with people saying you shouldn't use equipment. I don't agree with that at all. I think you very much should use equipment. If for nothing else, we're already talking about how difficult it is for you guys to make videos. If you literally have no equipment, then no one is going to watch your videos. Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, you need something to bounce off, or it is just sitting in a room talking to walls. I know this because I don't use equipment, and my ghost hunting videos are boring as fuck. So I try and rely on making jokes on the whole thing. That's how I try and combat that. But I don't agree or believe in the majority of equipment, but I don't think anyone is stupid for using it. I think that's probably the best way I would put it. It's like, there's a lot of equipment I think is nonsense, but at the same time, there's different ways of using equipment as well. There's better ways of using equipment than other ways of using the equipment. So I don't, like, to me, I've not seen evidence compelling enough to make me to believe that this is actually talking to dead people. But no, I don't believe anyone is stupid for using equipment. Like, as Dave said, one day that might lead to unopening a door into some bigger field of research and all the rest of it. And you don't know unless you try.
Right. Yeah. And thank you for saying that and clarifying that. And it's just to me, it's always been a part of trying to see if, you know, if you can use a REM pod and it alarms and it goes off, that's one thing. But if you could sit there and maybe have a communication back and forth, allegedly with a spirit that's making it go off, and then you can take what research you've done with that REM pod or whatever device you're using, and then maybe go from there and use your voice recorder to see if in fact, there is somebody there communicating with it. It's just, it all goes hand in hand as part of the research for
I'm
me.
sorry, I'll just add in another thing as well. It's like I get a big problem with equipment is it's a lot of them anyway can so easily be manipulated, and you got to remember debunkers are often dealing with that more fraudulent side of the debunking of the paranormal side of things. So it's very easy for us to fall down our own not biases, what's the word, but like just what we're exposed to of this is all bullshit. And that's not necessarily fair because there are channels that or teams that can use it a lot better than the bullshit teams.
Right. And I will even say there are lots of pieces of equipment that and maybe Connor could speak on this as well, but there are pieces of equipment that we have used and we're like, this is literally a piece of garbage, like throw it away. Like the dead bell for one is absolute utter piece of garbage. And
expensive garbage too.
Yeah.
I bought it and used it once, and then I found out it wasn't really a good piece of equipment. I was like, cool, spent $250 for nothing.
So I want to start taking a few questions from everybody. So go ahead and relist your questions in the comment. Try to put do it this way. Question, and then whether it's for me, Connor, or Seg, or all of us, or something like that, and we'll try to answer some questions really quick. But I think it's important for debunkers and investigators to sit down like this and have conversations and just talk about it.
Yeah, if I knew Seg was going to be on here, I wasn't going to be on. I'm scared. I don't want him talking to me. I don't want to talk to debunkers.
Oh, I know.
It's the mask, isn't it?
Yes, I mean tag, not Seg.
At least I'm not doing the tag voice would drive everyone nuts.
I've heard it.
Do you think that debunkers should talk about good investigation teams so that people have more choices on who to watch? Wouldn't it give people better choices so they may not know about?
Who's that for? Everybody?
I think everybody. I mean, I would say that the debunkers are pretty fair and covering most everybody. Like good channels and bad channels.
I mean, what I would probably do if I had a debunking channel, I would probably upload twice a week or twice a month if they're going to do weekly videos. One where it focuses on negative channels and positive channels, like maybe compare the two. Like, this is what this channel did last week. This is what they did wrong. This is what this channel does. It does great. This is how they use things, just so you can showcase positive and negative on both channels so that debunkers don't get such a bad rep. I'm not saying anything by any of your videos, Seg, or anybody. I'm just throwing my 2 cents out there.
Honestly, you don't have to say anything and apologize to me. Just speak your mind. It's fine.
Yeah, it adds a plethora of different types of videos that will help give a better name for debunkers and also give more of an audience for people that are positive who actually deserve to get followings. And because, not everybody that you have following or Beardo has following know who we even are, because we've never been covered on their videos, because they don't know who we are. But it gives them a positive outlook to showcase both sides of the stick.
That's a good point. Who's your favorite old lady paranormal team?
I'm the old man team.
Oh, there's a really good Australian duo called the Ghost Grannies.
The Ghost Grannies.
The Ghost Grannies. Yeah, you should go check them out, guys. The Ghost Grannies. They do it really well. Now, I'm not sure if you guys will get that joke, but I know Alison and Kate. There you go, straight away, you bastard. The Ghost Grannies are actually a real paranormal duo team. No,
I think I know. I think I know who you're talking about, but
I'd say don't watch them. That's probably a bit mean. Go watch who you want.
Let me see. Questions. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to find the questions. Ah, there we go. There's a good point from Dawson. Every time a debunker shouts out a real channel, no one watches that video and no one cares. I have noticed that,
Yeah.
like when positive or more authentic channels are covered, it seems like the viewership is less than. Seg, could you agree with that? Or
100%, yeah. People will keep saying they don't want drama, and I think there is a section of people that mean that they don't want drama, but it's for the most part, it's not true. I really enjoyed that video I made. I've made videos on Dawson. I made videos on Paranormal Quest. I've made videos on Real Evidence. I've made videos even bigger teams that I do. I like. I quite like Watcher. I think Watcher are real fun to watch. Real fun team to watch. They don't do as well as a Ghost Adventures video or a Twin Paranormal video. That's not going to stop me from doing it. I'll still make, because I think it's good in general for the community. But so from my standpoint, yes, I notice my views are not as high. But I believe what Dawson is saying, that even when he gets a shout out, like maybe the video still doesn't do all that. I think. But yeah, like unfortunately, that's just the internet and YouTube for you. Like,
why do you think that is, though?
People want everything heightened, don't they? Whether it be drama, whether it be scares, whether it be whatever, they just want everything to be dialed up to 11. That's just the reality of the. And you got to remember, like, we're competing. Like, the trouble with YouTube is we're competing with so much out there. Like, it's an unbelievable time to be alive with the amount of options people have to spend their free time. You know, there's even if, like, you know, not only are we like, you know, like if you're trying to get people like to spend their free time to watch your stuff, you've got all the other channels on YouTube, like all, like, you know, I don't know, podcasts, what's on Netflix and other streaming services. There's so many things for people to watch and do and, you know, experience, and you're just hoping that, you know, you can get a small section to listen to whatever shit you got to say. And the reality of the situation is, if you don't grab them in some sort of way, a lot of the time they just switch off and go find someone who can give them that level of dopamine drama or scares or whatever it is. So it's like Connor says, like, it just means the process is a lot slower.
Why did Seg start debunking?
I don't want to make this whole thing about, because that's a long question. In short, I watched a video that was very, very funny to me. I'll say the video. It's when Exploring with Josh went with Sam and Colby at Herman Hospital a few years ago now, and there was something happened there where a tripod fell over, which was so funny to me that in that moment the whole idea of the channel just kind of flicked in my head, and I kind of just went for it. And I'll say this: if anyone's listening to this and you're ever tempted to start a YouTube channel, just fucking do it. Just do it.
Yeah,
that's the best advice I can give you. Just fuck it, do it.
99%.
Don't be overwhelmed. Don't be scared of anything. Just put your stuff out there, and you know, if it's of the right quality and you get a bit of luck, it'll grow. Might be slowly, but it'll grow. Just do it. That's pretty much what I did. I was like, fuck it, I want to give this a go, and I just did it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, if you are passionate about something and you think that somebody will listen to you, just go ahead and make a video. You never know if it is going to take off or not. And even if it doesn't, it's still a good outlet for you to get on and talk about things that are important to you. Let's see. Guys, I'm trying to keep up with all of this. I'm sorry. Do you think that some paranormal teams are probably misled and maybe need advice on what not to do? That's a good question. And I would say yes, absolutely. That would go back to what I was saying about people who watch Ghost Adventures, or just as an example, because they're the most widely recognized, I would say. And if, like, for instance, if you watch an episode of Ghost Adventures and you go out and try to replicate everything that Zach did in that episode, you're probably highly misled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's the smaller teams that need that are definitely being misled, definitely, for sure. And not to an extent, it's sort of understandable. It's like, they're the people that are influencing so many of these guys. Ghost Adventures or whoever else, they're hugely influential.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and if somebody is watching this and you do watch Ghost Adventures, it's not real. Any of these ghost hunting shows that you see on TV are not real. And if that bursts your bubble or makes you angry for some reason, then I apologize. But what you were watching on TV is literally made for TV and ratings and money. So, yeah.
Except for Mountain Monsters, that's 100% legit.
Oh man, yeah, good old Mountain Monsters. I tell you,
I love Mountain Monsters.
You need to make Seg an honorary member of PQ and Paranormal Encounters. It's funny you should mention that. Seg, should we talk about things that are going to happen, or should we wait? Or
hey, I'm okay. I'm cool.
I'm out of the loop of this.
Oh, Connor doesn't even know this. So, guys, later this month, Seg is actually coming to America, and we are going to be meeting up, and we're going to be filming an episode together.
That's all true.
It's all true. Like, normally I'm joking about stuff like that, but that's actually true. We are meeting up. We're going to film. I'm not going to tell you where yet. I am going to keep that a secret, but we are going to meet up and film something and have a good time with it. And I'm excited to finally meet Seg.
The fuck you.
hey, if he does an Estes session, he's got to try out Ghost Chatter. Okay. That's
yeah.
He's gonna do.
Oh, that's on. I've got it in my phone.
Oh, you do? What? Did you make a video about me, or is it good? Or
no, I would not yet.
Not yet.
It's on the
I can
cards.
promise you, it's not going to be like, "Hey, is Sally dying in this room?" It's never going to say yes. It asks the spirits questions, not the other way around. Okay.
No, I like it.
Thank you.
I like it. No, I like it. I do. I like it. I haven't I've only, since you sent that to me, I've only been on one investigation here in Australia, and I already had it all planned out what I was going to do in that video. But when I'm in America, I will use it.
Awesome. And if you don't have premium, let me know. Send me an email. We'll get you premium, so you don't have to mess with any of that stuff.
I'll support you. I'll spend the money.
Oh, you literally don't have to do that. I appreciate that.
Oh,
I can't hear you, Dave.
Dave, we can't hear you.
Look at this, you guys. Investigators and debunkers are bonding.
I like how you're like what we're we playing sign language here.
I don't even know the first thing about sign language.
Yeah.
So yeah, any other questions, you guys? So while we wait for some more questions, Connor, do you want to do like a quick 5-minute plug for Ghost Chatter?
Sure. If you guys are not sick of hearing it already.
No, we want to hear about it.
Those of you who have no idea who I am or don't care to, I created. Anyways, okay, I'll be serious now. I have my own YouTube channel, Paranormal Encounters. I don't have somebody else I film with. It's just myself. Over the years of filming investigations, I used to be with somebody, and we used to do the Estes session. Being a solo paranormal investigator, including Dawson, who's in the chat, we can't do the Estes session until now. I created an app called Ghost Chatter that allows you to do an Estes session without another person. It will literally audibly speak questions for you, record your sessions, and allow you to play them back so that you can do the Estes session without another person. It also was inspired too. There's another feature on the app called isolation mode, which allows you, if you've ever seen Paranormal Quest's videos, they do a thing called abandonment, where they leave cameras running in a place when nobody's inside. Isolation mode will allow you to essentially do the same thing, but allow it to try to provoke questions and try to get spirits to manipulate any equipment, make a sound, what have you, while nobody's inside the building. Ghost Chatter has a brand new feature coming out. It's only available right now for iOS. Saturday is 2 weeks, so I had to do a beta testing. We have beta testers right now for the Android version of Ghost Chatter. Saturday, I'll be able to apply. So apply for production, which means it will be out for the Google Play Store here very soon, within the next week or two. It'll be out for everybody on Android. Right now on iOS, it's only out. But there's brand new features, which I can show you guys real quick if you guys want to see this. Ghost Chatter, this is what it basically is, okay? I was showing Dave this before the hey, we have normal side-eye guy. I was showing Dave this before we went live. I created a brand new feature that's coming out for iOS here the next couple of days, maybe in the next week or so. I'm adding more features right now. I'm trying to add more and more to this app because I want it to be a paranormal companion where you can use it as an authentic app, where it's not like other apps out there which claim that they speak to spirits for you. This app right here has the Estes section right here, which counts down, ask questions. It's got the isolation mode. I'm sorry, my camera's backwards, so it's kind of hard to move. I've added a new feature in here. So when you go into settings, there is a new feature where it says EVP mode and video recording. Now, I will say this, when I first created this app, I didn't even want to add a microphone or even video recording into this app because I didn't want people, including debunkers, to say this app is fake, because I didn't want it to say that it's hearing your questions and whatever when you're not the one asking questions. It's asking the spirits questions. I wanted to go around that, but I felt that was stupid. People who don't do YouTube, thank you so much, Dawson. I love Ghost Chat. I've used it a few times and definitely helps save the breath. Sometimes I haven't used any features yet, but it's awesome. Thank you for doing that. Anyways, I added in microphone mode because I wanted people who aren't YouTubers who just go out ghost hunting for fun or cemeteries to be able to record on their phone, who don't have equipment to use and see if they can get EVPs, because some of my first ever EVPs was actually captured on the phone recorder. Do you have to use a recorder to use it? You do not have to use a recorder to use it. You can actually decline the microphone permissions and the video permissions if you want to. You don't even have to do that. It just asks you that when you first open up the app. When you turn on EVP mode and video mode, there's a brand new button that will appear now on the main screen. So if you don't have a video camera, this is one thing that's going to help you out. When it's in EVP mode, it will record audio for Estes and isolation mode, so you can go back and listen to it later on after you're done with your session. If you don't want to do EVP mode, there's a brand new feature, which now if you push the wave icon, which you probably can't see real well here, if you push the wave icon, you toggle it, it opens up, and now you can do video recording. So if you don't have a video camera, you can video record your sessions now and share them across social media. It will also show you the questions that appear right here on the video. So if you aren't someone who filmmakes or does anything YouTube wise, you can still record with your phone and be able to watch back the questions that appear on the screen so that you have the ability to do it. So that's a new feature that's coming to iOS and eventually Android once it comes out for Android. Do it again. What? Oh, okay. Somebody wants me to do it again. So when you toggle on EVP mode and video recording in the settings, you can do, which is yellow, meaning it's only going to record in EVP mode. So there's no video. It's only going to record an audio file. Or you can push that button and it will turn on video mode. So it will record a video file so that you can record your sessions and save them, upload them to social media, watch them back for later. So if you go to Waverly Hills Sanatorium and you don't have a video camera or any paranormal equipment, you'll at least have an EVP voice recorder and a video camera to record your sessions and do the SS session and do an isolation session if you wanted to. So that is a long TED talk. I'm very sorry, but those are new features that are coming. I'm very excited about the app because I've never created an app before until now. And I wanted to create an app where it is actually a tool that people can use for paranormal investigating instead of relying on REM pods and epoch devices and whatever they want to use. They actually have their phone with them, and it's not going to listen to your questions. It's going to ask the spirits questions to help you communicate with spirits. Yeah, I can't hear you, Dave. You're muted.
Now can you hear me?
That's it.
Yes.
Okay. It's very cool, you guys. If you haven't done it yet, go to the iOS App Store right now and grab it. You can download it for free. And like Connor said, it's going to be coming to Android, the Google Play Store, whatever that's called, in a few weeks or something like that. So get hyped for that.
It might be faster. You know, I mean, I told people it was me end of spring, start of summer when I was going to do the Android app, and it's already been done. I just, unfortunately, Google forces me to do a 2-week beta testing before they allow me to even put on the Google Play Store. So, yeah, new feature. Video recording is coming for both Android and iOS. Maybe a little later for Android, but it's definitely already going to be coming for iOS. Next couple of days, maybe within a week, you'll see it. Just keep checking the app. I'll even post about it on YouTube and on the Discord for my channel, so y'all keep up to date. And yeah, I'm always open for feedback, adding more features. I just wanted to be able to help people communicate with spirits. I'm going to be adding more features throughout this year. And I've told Dave about something really, really cool that I'm adding in for the audio later on this year that I've already got a prototype working on. It deals with
for me, much like what Dawson says, because I know I collaborate with a lot of people, but I do want to start doing, because I'm just me. I'm like you, Connor. I just got a lot of the time, unless I'm collaborating with another channel, I'll just go out by myself. So yeah, it is a really good tool to when you are just doing this solo.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I just was so sick of it because people keep making all kinds of light up equipment, but there's nothing that helps out already established tools. Like the Estes method is so popular now. Nobody has a tool that they've created that helps you. Of course, somebody's going to probably do it after they see the app. But I mean, I just wanted something to be portable that they can use, you know, and going out and spending stupid amounts of money on equipment like we do.
Instead, like Alison had to spend stupid amount of money on an iPad just to download it.
I'm sorry, Alison.
Alison is coming out like spring.
Yeah, Alison went out to just buy an iPad just to use it, and then she never used it on her trip. I'm like, I always say, hey, late spring, but you know me, I don't sleep. I just edit like a madman and try to get things done with a no life. So I wanted to get out earlier for everybody because I didn't realize how many people were actually wanting it for Android. I'm like, my God, I thought there's more iOS people than Android, but there's not.
Yeah, I thought there would be more of a want for it for iOS too, but it overwhelmingly seems to be for Android, which is crazy.
Yeah. Betty asked me how much it is. Betty is free if you do premium. So there's a thing on there where you can actually, or it has realistic voices. I'll show them this real quick, David, and I'll shut up. But
oh, you're good.
It has a option on here to upgrade to premium if you want to. Premium just has an ability to do premium voices. What that will allow you to do is have somebody, instead of having like a robotic voice. So I'll just play this real quick here. I'll turn off video recording on here. So if you play it, you'll just hear the robotic voice 6 seconds from now. This is what it sounds like. I'll turn my volume up.
What voices do you hear?
Hopefully you heard that. It's just the robotic voice, right? If you upgrade to premium, though, you're going to have it where it sounds like there's literally somebody in the room with you. And I've added in 4 voices, 2 British and 2 American, if you want to call them American voices, English people. This is what it sounds like.
Do you want me here?
That's Sarah. So it makes you feel like there's actually somebody with you instead of it
Can I
being
hear
like
the
a
English
phone.
one?
You want to hear the English one? Which one? You want to hear Lily or here? I'll just do the test. This is Lily.
Hi, this is my voice. I will be the one asking questions for you.
This is Daniel.
Hi, this is my voice. I will be the one asking questions for you.
There, and then this is Roger.
Really sounds more English than Daniel to me.
This is I don't.
That doesn't make sense. I know. I realise that it's AI, but
Yeah.
it's Lily sounding more English to me.
And this is Roger.
Hi, this is my voice. I will be the one asking questions for you.
So it sounds like a real person, but basically that's what all you're doing. You're upgrading premium just to help me pay for that every month because it's super ungodly expensive just to have realistic voices on an app.
Can I pre-record a whole bunch of questions and you can put it in the app?
Actually, the funny thing is some people ask me, it'd be cool if we had Freddy Krueger. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'll get sued for that. But I mean, it would be cool. But technically, I think I can actually record my voice, your voice, Dave's voice, and actually make it a feature where people can use. I want to say I'm probably 70% confident I can do that.
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
surely if you
Voice
got
on
our
premium.
permission to do it and we're going to record it, surely that's okay.
Yeah.
Surely.
I would even imagine if you're just doing an impression of Robert Ingham's Freddy, that should be okay, right? As long as you don't use his actual voice.
Yeah, or say Freddy
What?
Krueger in the
Yeah, don't say Freddy Krueger. Yeah,
Yeah,
Night
but I'm pretty.
Demon.
I can probably put custom voices on there, but just to make it simple and less of a headache for me, instead of me having to, like, for example, if I did it myself, I would have to create 30 voice samples of me talking, you know what I mean? And I say things weird differently than some people, and I don't want to say something weird. Plus, I don't want people to add a question that's strange using my voice. By the way, there's filters in the app, so you can't be doing weird questions, people, okay? Both Android and iOS have that. Don't get any ideas. So, anyways, I didn't want people using that in that purpose. That's why I never did
bunch
that.
of creeps.
Yeah. Give you guys the side eye right now, you know? Yeah.
All right, guys, you have any more questions either for Seg or Connor or myself? Let us know. I'm probably going to go for about 15 more minutes here, and then I'm going to end the stream because my insides are starting to eat themselves. I'm so hungry. Who loves cats? I love cats.
Well, I've got two cats right next to me. One's yelling at me, and the other one's sleeping right over here. So I don't know if he's probably hearing the cat yell over here.
I've noticed cats seem to like me more than I like them.
That's fair. Cats are... God, I love cats so much. Why is it why is it a bad thing to have a team like Paranormal Quest work with a questionable team? Dawson did it and got raked over the coals, but it was the first time PF, Paranormal Files, I'm guessing, did something without everything going nuts. So why is it a bad thing to have a...
Can I answer that one?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a very good question. I think that the way I see it is I think there's some very questionable things around some of Colin's videos. And if everyone has the attitude of don't work with those channels, then we wouldn't have seen the results of what happened when Dawson worked with that channel. You know what I mean? If everyone just says no, then there's no data or there's nothing to see or what happens when this does happen. I just kind of often think just saying the word no about certain things it just stifles a lot. Like, we're always going to be like, well, what may have happened or what would have happened, all the rest of it. If you just say yes, then, and also, like, I speak to Colin every now and then. Colin, I think, is a nice guy. I think he's definitely done some very, let's just say, politely questionable things in some of his videos, but he is a nice guy. And if he's open to collaborating with people that are more on the skeptical side of things, I think it's unfair to then just say to him, nah, we're not going to, we can make all these questions or try and debunk you all we want, but we're not going to give you an opportunity to defend yourself by doing a collaboration. Like, I think that's not the right attitude if we do actually want to bring some level of unity to this paranormal YouTube.
Okay. Dave, are you still okay? I thought you were muted for a second.
No, sorry, I was looking at the comments here.
Somebody asked us for the third time. They said, "Do you prefer Ghost Tube or Spirit Talker?" About said the wrong.
I'm not.
I'll let you two take that one. I'll answer very bluntly. You two crack on first.
I'm not laughing at Ghost Chatter or Ghost Tube. I was just... Connor almost made a slip up there, and that it made me laugh. Go ahead, Connor.
You go first. I can't.
I wouldn't say that I have a preference. I would say right now, we've been using Ghost Chatter more than Ghost Tube, simply for the fact that, you know, when Amy and Jared were doing Ghost Tube and Seer and all of that, we worked a lot with them, and as they were developing Seer and stuff, and you know, we've used it for many, 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 many years. So it's just kind of cool to have something new to try out. I wouldn't say that any one is better than the other. I think they both serve their purposes for what they're doing.
I mean, just to add to what Dave said, we know the creators of GhostTube. We don't know the creators of Spirit Talker. And
oh, was that the question, Spirit Talker?
yeah,
oh,
Spirit. Do you prefer GhostTube or Spirit Talker?
Oh,
Yeah, that was the question.
I don't know what Spirit Talker is. I've never
It's
used
the same.
that.
It's essentially the same app. Let's just put it this way. I'll answer your question because I tried both. Spirit Talker, their settings were locked for so long, you couldn't control the frequency of questions that supposedly were answering. GhostTube, however, Amy and Jared have made it very apparent how the app works. I think Jared, at least if my information is right, he's offered to even share the code for people to, so that they can read the code and see how it actually works for themselves. We know the people who made GhostTube, so we would feel more comfortable using GhostTube. I can't really speak for Dave, but I'm sure he's maybe thinking the same page. But for example, you can control the frequency, the sensitivity of how quickly or how frequently questions come through on GhostTube. You couldn't for the longest time in Spirit Talker, which made it questionable because it's just like the dead bell. The more you turn the frequency all the way up, the more you're going to hear the dang thing make a bell noise or whatever. The more you turn it down, the less likely you're going to hear it ding on the dead bell. Same thing with GhostTube and Spirit Talker. GhostTube allows you to do it. Spirit Talker for a long time didn't, made it questionable. A lot of fake channels use Spirit Talker. We all have used GhostTube in the past. I'm not using it so much anymore, but hopefully that answers your question. GhostTube is more credible to us because we know the people that create it. We know that they wouldn't probably want to do anything that would ruin their reputation or deceive anybody because we've personally have worked with those people. I hope you are sort of in the same alliance with me as that, Dave.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Seg, you got anything?
I think it's the same.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I've used
now,
both.
not to say it's going to
say very much feel the same to me.
It's not going to, can't really claim like if you go to Sally's house and you get the word Sally through it, you got a question, is it checking your GPS, whatever app you're using, or is it are you given the app permission to have voice recognition on? Yes, microphone can listen to you, but from developing an app now, I know that you have to include voice recognition as a permission that it can hear your questions to respond back to you, kind of like how Siri works or whoever Google uses, whatever. But you got to kind of question that too. If you start getting things that keep answering you constantly, is this paranormal? Have some other kind of tool that can help back up GhostTube or Spirit Talker, and that way you can compare the two. Because if you're having REM pod, or let's use the Epoch device, since it's just a yes or no device, have that answer yes and GhostTube answer yes, and somehow write the question down on a piece of paper where GhostTube can't listen to you or Spirit Talker can't hear you, and find that as a way to make it credible. Because that would be credible. If you wrote something down and an app can't hear you ask the question, Epoch device can't see the question or hear or whatever, it makes it more credible. Find things that can back up what you're experiencing.
That's a good, I like that. Yeah.
Let's do that next time we do a collab, Connor. Let's try it.
That'd be fun.
Cree says, Dave, how did you guys meet Adelaide Haunted Horizons and even decide to collab? Where we went
I
to
understand,
the local...
Dave. If you don't want to relive this level of trauma, you don't have to answer that question. I think it's a bit of a cruel question, to be perfectly honest.
Well, it all happened at the local nursing home. We went by to visit and just say hello to the elderly and talk to them. And we saw Cag and Allison in there and decided to become friends with them. And, they recovered from their ailments and were let out of the nursing home. And it's just been history since then.
Oh my God. ahead.
Sorry, Alison and Cag were in a nursing home. That's all I heard there.
Yeah, that's we met them in a nursing home.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, but in all seriousness, they were on one of their American trips, and I believe they met Ryan and Jason first at the penitentiary, West Virginia penitentiary, and it all kind of just formulated from there. And Allison invited Jason and Ryan to come over to Australia to do that whole tour type thing over there. And then COVID hit. And then by the time it got replanned, and Jason was not brave enough to get on the airplane to go over at that point. So I kind of took his place, and then it just went on from there and there. Any other questions? They adopted a granny. That's right.
Oh my god.
Always giving the bombastic side eye.
Yeah, that's like a meme. That's a meme I wasn't even aware of before I came up with the name Side Eye Guy. I discovered that after making up the whole Side Eye Guy name for my channel.
Dawson,
was
be
that?
safe out there. Sorry.
See you later, Dawson.
Cheerio,
Thanks
Dawson.
for stopping in. Do you ever get tired of getting nothing? I personally would say no to that. I enjoy getting nothing because when we do get something, it lends more credibility and credence to what we do actually get, which goes back to like watching those channels that have something happen every 5 seconds. There's no credibility to that. So I don't want to speak for Connor, but when I go into an investigation, I don't go into it expecting the walls to melt and chairs to stack up and to get dragged down a hallway and to whatever. I go into it respecting the place and the property as the people who, you know, built it and lived there and may have died there, and just wanting to communicate with them. And if that ends up becoming a thing that happens, then great. But if it doesn't, then like I said, the next time that it does happen, it just makes it that much more special for me.
Goes back to what I said earlier in this stream. If we both get a chair fly across the room, you best damn well believe the whole video is about the chair flying across the room, even as 5 minutes or 2 minutes into the video, because that doesn't happen. And that is what we get excited about when we're going around a place and literally nothing happens. It gets really boring. So like when obviously sometimes it gets kind of irritating because you don't get anything. That's just reality in the real nature of paranormal. That's why it's called paranormal. If it's happening every week, guys, every single week there's something crazy. It's not paranormal. It's normal. You know, that's why it's called paranormal. So
yeah. If your favorite channel is having demons show up or getting affected by demons, or the night they almost died, or a witch almost killed them, or the night they almost quit, or blah blah blah, it's not real. And if that offends anybody, I don't know what
Drink
to
some
tell
water.
you.
I'm sorry.
Just reassess
Yeah.
what your belief system is, really, I suppose, at that sort of level. I'll just quickly answer that. I think I'm far more in the I don't think ghosts are real than these guys are. So when I go to a lot of these locations, and I haven't been to anywhere near as many as these guys, like I think I've been to 11. So I'm nowhere near the seasoned, paranormal investigator, ghost hunter, we're going to call it, as these two fellas are above me here. But so when sometimes I can get frustrated, like, and I think I don't know if I'm blaming, maybe some of that goes on my ADHD brain where I just like I want something to fucking happen, or if it's because I ultimately think I am just speaking to the walls. I don't think there's any intelligent life there, or entity, or whatever you want to call it, that will respond to me. So it does get a bit boring. But with this fear I found myself on YouTube and what I do here, I'm going to keep trying at it because I do ultimately want something to happen. I want to be proven wrong. And that's what I'm going to keep trying to do. And it helps when you go to an interesting location. That's really a big help for me. That's what keeps the interest alive. If you can go somewhere that's a bit different, a bit unique, a bit like, something out of the ordinary, that already makes it more interesting. But yeah, I'll find other ways to try and make the investigation entertaining for me, and hopefully that will entertain others.
Yeah, I know when we were first starting, like probably the first year when nothing would happen, like it would get boring. But the more that you do it, you just start to get a different thought process of all of it. All right, guys, I think maybe this is a good place to end the stream. Thank you very much. Y'all's favorite condiment on a hot dog? Probably mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Oh yeah, mayonnaise on a hot dog is so good. If you've never tried it,
oh, you've made Crow's day.
Try it.
Mustard.
Mustard is good.
Shout out to Crow Judas, everyone. You made Crow Judas's day right there. Mayo and hot dogs, his favorite.
Oh really?
Yeah, I find that weird. Barbecue sauce. Barbecue
sauce.
Barbecue sauce. Like, come to Australia.
Mayonnaise is weird. Everything. Barbecue on a hot dog?
Barbecue sauce, yeah.
Oh, that's vile.
Y'all both are weird, all right? It's mustard or ketchup.
I'll go like, the whole mustard's always a good shout. Mustard and ketchup is always a good shout. But since coming to Australia, do you guys not do barbecue sauce in America?
What?
Yeah, we do definitely do, but not on hot dogs.
Wait, okay, Sec, how many times have you been to America?
A fair few.
You know they have like barbecue cookouts, right?
Yeah, but like barbecue sauce is like its own thing. It's like a kind of type of ketchup, but it's barbecue.
I was like, are you trying to say that you don't think Americans eat barbecue?
No,
have you been watching American TV?
No. I know you guys do barbecues better than anywhere else I've ever had in my life. Like, I've been to Texas. That's some of the best barbecue I've ever had in my life. But like, barbecue sauce is a bit different.
Barbecue sauce.
Australia are crazy for it.
Barbecue sauce is reserved for chicken nuggets, and that's about it.
So if I bring a bottle, so even if I may or may not be invited to meet you next month, if I bring you a bottle of barbecue sauce, how much are you willing to buy it for? If it's American.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't remember seeing barbecue sauce when we were in Australia.
Okay, Alison Cagg, back me up here about the barbecue sauce thing.
I know we got absolutely scolded for wanting hot sauce when we were there.
On what?
We eat hot sauce on everything.
Fair enough. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm all right with hot sauce. I think that's a weird one to not like. But you don't really get it in the restaurants, I suppose. I'm not sure if you missed it. You got a big old donation.
Oh my God. Yeah. Wow. Thank you. See that, Dave?
No. Oh, there we go. Rui, thank you so much. Thank you for the live stream. Welcome, Side-Eye Guy. Love the app, Connor. Thank you very much, Rui. That's nice of you. I see I missed some other ones too. Sorry, guys. I wasn't purposefully overlooking these. I just missed it.
Mayonnaise, for me, mayonnaise on a hot dog is wild. That's wild.
Barbecue sauce is the same thing, my man.
No, it isn't, my friend.
Thank you, Kel.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna have to get some hot dogs and put barbecue sauce on it, and I will try it.
You know what's like? Australia does their own version of hot dogs, and they do it significantly worse. So instead, you know how you guys like have like a nice big bun, like put the hot dog in? In Australia, they'll just get you a slice of bread, and then you put that around the hot dog, and that's it. And I'm like,
I'm sorry.
Whatever sauce you put on there, it just soaks through the bread because the bread's like, we're not talking like sourdough gourmet bread here. We're talking your cheapest white loaf of bread, and that's it.
See-
And I'm like, fuck it, this fucking country. is so weird.
That's what we would call here as a white trash hot dog.
yeah. That's just a hot dog here. Oh, no, it's not called a hot dog though. To be fair, it's called something else. I've forgotten what it's called now. Maybe if there's an Australian in the chat, just tell me what you call that. But like, there's a big department store here called Bunnings, which is where you go buy all your home, department wear and tools and all that kind of stuff. And Snag, thank you, Snag. Yeah, it's called Snag here. And
Snag.
there's usually one out the front there. It usually goes towards charities. It's very cheap. It's like $1 or $2. But they're crap. They're crap. They're utter crap.
Huh. I remember something about Bunnings, and we were supposed to go there and try something, but we never ended up getting the chance to go there. I can't remember what it was. Cag, do you remember what that was? Was it a sausage roll?
Oh,
It's probably a Snag.
Yeah.
Maybe it was.
I think it was. So you missed out on the Snag.
We missed out on the Snag.
Somebody needs to change the name of that. That's kind of weird.
It's not very appetizing, is it?
No, it's not. Hey, let me get a
But then again,
snag.
Nor's hot dog. We've just heard it so many times. We don't think about how weird the word hot dog is.
Hot dog.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess you're
Hey,
right.
bro, can I get one of those snags?
Good. It's good.
A snag. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, guys. Well, with that, we're going to end on snag. So
If you made all the way to the end of this video, comment snag right now if you're watching the replay.
Yeah, in the comments, we want to say #snag.
#snag. Make sure you go and try mayonnaise on a snag or barbecue sauce, apparently, on a snag, and give it a try. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being open to the idea of paranormal investigators sitting down and chatting with debunkers. And thank you, Seg, for coming on and putting up with us and talking with us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right, guys, we will see you later. And one more thing I did want to say before we go is we have a brand new episode coming out this weekend on Saturday at 7:00. That is going to be our season finale for Paranormal Quest. After that episode airs, we're going to take a couple of weeks off, mainly for Ryan's sanity, because he's about over it. So we are going to take a couple of weeks off. We are going to have some sort of content over on the main channel for you guys to watch in the interim. And then we will be coming back with a brand new season after that. But we want everybody to show up for the season finale this weekend. It's going to be a good one, something that we have been trying to do for a very long time. And Ryan has been working his ass off to get this video done. And I know he would really appreciate it if everybody would come and watch it. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And we will talk to you next time. And thank you guys for the support. Bye.
Cheerio.
Bye, guys.
Bye. If I can figure out this thing.